Hello, my name is Weston, and I'm making it my journey to be better about spreading the gospel and the good news. So, today I wanted to talk about hope, and specifically hope that anchors the soul. In Hebrews 6:19, it says, "We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure." I don't know who might be watching this or paying attention to this, but I know definitely in my life, and probably in your life, there are going to be moments where things just aren't working out, right? Where plans you may have made, they fall through. Prayers you may have prayed, they're not being answered right now. The light that you're reaching for, it just seems far away. And I completely understand that in these moments, having hope is difficult. But at the same time, it's in these moments where hope is absolutely everything. You see, hope is not just pretending that everything is okay, right? It's believing that God is still working even when you can't see it. It's believing that pain can have purpose, that waiting can grow wisdom, and that whatever might be breaking you may actually be what's shaping you. When the author of Hebrews calls hope an anchor, it's not because life will always be peaceful, but rather it's because the anchor holds when the water isn't peaceful. The anchor doesn't stop the storm, it just keeps you from drifting away in it. Maybe you who's watching this has been tired lately. Maybe you've felt unseen or unheard or just unsure of what's next in life. But I need you to hear this, okay? And it's that God still sees you. He hasn't forgotten you. And in every tear, every prayer, every quiet moment where you've whispered, "Lord, I can't do this alone," He's been there holding you steady and will always be there holding you steady. Hope says that this isn't the end. Hope says God's not done. Hope whispers into your soul and says you will rise again. You don't have to have all the answers to hold on to hope. You just need to hold on to the one who does. So what's my takeaway thought? Hope doesn't erase the storm. It just reminds you that God is still in the boat. You may bend, but you will not break. You may cry, but you will not collapse. Because the same God who held you yesterday will be there to carry you through tomorrow. Romans 15:13 says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." Hope doesn't come from trying harder. Hope comes from trusting deeper. God himself is called the God of hope. That means that hope isn't just a feeling that he gives, but rather it's part of his very nature. When you trust him, even when the outcome is unclear, he fills you with a peace and joy that can't be shaken by circumstance. If you look at Lamentations 3:21-23, it says, "Yet this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning, great is your faithfulness." These words were written in one of the darkest moments in Israel's history, right after the fall of Jerusalem. Yet in the middle of grief, Jeremiah chooses to call something to mind, and that's God's love and mercy will never run out. Hope often begins not with a change in circumstance, but rather with a change in focus, right? The author doesn't say his problems just magically disappeared. He says, "This I call to mind." He remembers God's faithfulness, and that remembrance keeps him from giving up. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Isaiah paints hope as a source of renewal, a divine exchange between humans' weakness and God's strength. To quote, "Hope in the Lord" means to wait on him with expectation, not passively, but with confident heart that he will come through. God uses that time in the waiting to strengthen you, to lift you, and to prepare you for what may be coming next. Romans 8:24-25 says, "For in this hope we were saved. Now hope that is seen is not hope. For who hopes what he sees? But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience." So Paul's reminding us that hope is about the unseen. It's trusting God's promise before it's fulfilled. Real hope looks beyond what is visible. It says, even when I can't see it, I believe that God is still working. Patience here doesn't mean passive waiting, right? It means enduring with faith and keeping your eyes fixed on eternity and not the temporary. So what are the closing remarks here, right? Well, each of these scriptures, they all carry the same heartbeat. And it's that hope isn't fragile, it's fierce. It's built on the unshakable character of God and not on your own circumstance. When you feed your soul with these truths, hope doesn't just get you through the storm, rather it transforms you in it. So why talk about hope, right? Well, I think hope is without a doubt one of the only things that can truly get us through life, right? And who better to get that hope from than, the great man above, and that's God and Jesus Christ himself. We all have days where we're going to run on low battery, or some circumstance is going to pop up that we might not like, right? But we have to understand that there's a plan for us, and B, everything happens for a reason. My favorite verse in the Bible is Proverbs 3:5, and it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." We might not know why these certain circumstances may pop up in our lives, but we have to be able to recognize that they're here for a reason. And, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that whatever I'm put through, it's there for a reason. I'm not going to go through trials and tribulations just to be put through trials and tribulations. So with that being said, I don't know if you watched this whole video, but if just one person was able to watch all this, then that's one person who heard the good news today. And I'm happy to do that. And I'm going to make more of these videos because I've recognized that it's important to not just read the word and learn the word, but also speak the word. And if there's something that is on your mind, or you might need to hear, then let me know, and hopefully I'm able to talk about that and kind of help you with whatever you may be going through. So yeah, thank you for watching.